Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Saturday's meeting here at Fanny Bay, which will be the 20th of November. Due to the abandonment of the final two races last week, when a persistent storm band failed to move away in sufficient time, the benchmark 54-1200 was added to this week's meeting to give the fixture 6 races. Some 50 horses have accepted for the meeting, with 4 each-way betting affairs and 2 7-horse fields, and on paper it certainly looks a first-class meeting. The first is timed to go at 2:16 p.m, with the last of the half dozen at 5:31 p.m. Let's hope the weather gods smile on us this week. The opener is the Bet365 Handicap. It's a Class 2 event and it's over 1,200 metres, and in the first my numbers are 1, 4 and 8. Going here with the in-form runner, number 1, Sweet Chevelle, trained by Joe Banks. Joe's done a really good job with this horse, and it's won its last 2 on the 2nd of October and the 23rd of October. Both times was ridden by Jerry Noske. Jerry's gone back to WA now, and Stan Sakos takes them out on Saturday. 59.5 kilos to carry, drawn 2, should be hard to beat again. 1 on top for me. To beat number 4, Kickin' Goals from the Phil Cole stable in WD, Wayne Davis in the saddle. 2 good thirds its last 2 on the 16th of October and then on Melbourne Cup Day here. The most recent of those behind the Albion. So it's certainly knocking on the door. I've got it in to run second. And my third selection, I just hope she gets a rider, Blue Jean Baby. She at this stage has no rider declared. Trained by Gary Lafoe, her last 2 runs have been improved efforts. 4th placings here at those 2 outings, and I think she's certainly a place chance here. My numbers in the first are 1, 4 and 8. The second, the Ladbrokes Blended Bets Handicap. This is the average benchmark race. It's an average benchmark, or benchmark 71. It's also over 1,200 metres, and a field of 7 to face the starter here. My numbers in race 2 are 3, 1 and 5. I've made no secret of the fact that I've got a lot of time for this horse, number 3, Syncline. He's trained by Gary Clark, of course, and Jared Todd in the saddle. He was a good winner, a narrow winner, but a good winner 2 starts back. And then last time out on Melbourne Cup Day, chased home his well-performed stablemate, of course, the Captain. That was in the Weight for Age event. He finished 3rd on that occasion, beaten 4 lengths by the Captain. But he's a pretty smart galloper, I think, and gets another opportunity here to put his foot right on the till. So number 3 on top, Syncline for me. Ahead of last week's very impressive comeback winner, Maserati, from the stable of Nicole Irwin and Vanessa Arnott in the saddle again. That was a really good win last week. Hadn't raced since Darwin Cup Day, and fresh up led his rivals a merry chase. They couldn't chase him down, and Patriot Day was the closest to him at the line. So Maserati backing up from last week, but obviously has come back in top form. And my third selection, number 5, Pembroke Castle. Mark 9 trains and Sonia Wiseman aboard. Put 2 wins together in September and early October, and the last time out basically had a bit of a dipsy doodle in the run down the back straight. Got a little bit tight, and the horse didn't like being on the fence, and basically pulled himself out of the gap. Paul Shires was on that day. So on that occasion finished 7th of 9, but just forget he even went round that day. Pembroke Castle took a little bit of skin off, I understand, and pulled a shoe off, but Mark will have no doubt got him right and ready to go again. So my numbers in the second, 3, 1 and 5. The third's the Congratulations Norm Bracken, a life and racing handicap. Named in honour of Normie Bracken. Normie been a long time trainer, jockey, and great racing person for many, many years. He told me the other day he began his apprenticeship in 1953. I'm not going to give his age away, Normie, but fair to say he's having his last runner here on Saturday, and it is number 5, Bar Gem, and I've got it on top. And let's hope Norm can go out with a fairy tale finish. Knocking on the door, Bar Gem. He can't draw a barrier. He's drawn the outside again. His last 2 runs he's drawn the outside, but he's still been racing well. 2 good second placings the last 2. Jess Philpott visiting from Alice Springs. She takes them out on Bar Gem. So let's hope he can do the right job by Normie and send him out on a winning note. 5 on top. To beat number 7, the tough one to beat overall. It's won its last 2 for Emma Steele. Stan Sakos retains the mount. He's won on it the last couple of runs. Really racing well, this horse, and sure to be hardest for Bar Gem to beat. And in for third, number 6, New Roman from the stable of Kerry Petrick. Casey Hunter in the saddle wears the Winx colours out of the Tried Horse Sale. Really good run for second to overruled last time, and getting close to a major success. Numbers in the third, 5, 7 and 6. The fourth, the off-the-track Lightning Series Handicap. This is the benchmark 54 over 1200. This was the race, well, there was actually two races that were abandoned last week, but they were divided, so we've put that race back on this week, and pleased to say almost a full field in the benchmark 54. First leg of the Lightning Wet Season Series. My numbers in race 4 are 1, 2 and 8. Had him on top last week. He never got a chance to show his wares. Robe to Fate, trained by Gary Clark and Jared Todd in the saddle. Drawn 1, 61 kilograms to carry, but certainly showed plenty in that trial outing as we talked about last week, only a few weeks ago. Gary's been patient with this horse, and I think even a week later than he wanted to step him out, he'll be very hard to beat. 1 on top. To beat number 2, Mr. Boom Jangles, a better run last time for third. That was over 1,300 metres. Dropping back to 12, maybe not ideal, but he has won at the trip before. 1 win from 8 starts over the 1,200. Paul Shires aboard for Gary Lafoe. And in for third, number 8, Keen as a Bean. Jason Manning trains. Vanessa Arnott in the saddle, another one from the Tried Horse Sale here in Darwin earlier this year. Only had the 1 start in Darwin, was slow to jump on that occasion, got way out of his ground, but really hit the line with some gusto. That was 1,100. The step to the 1,200 won't worry Keen as a Bean. Let's hope he can get away with him this week and really show what he can do. Numbers in the fourth are 1, 2 and 8. The fifth, the High Gain Lightning Series Handicap. This is the second leg, or the second heat of the Wet Season Series, the Lightning Series. This one for the 58 gallopers over the 1,100 metres. My numbers here are 3, 4 and 2. Another one that never got a chance to go around last week. He's in again from the Never Never, trained by Tommy Logan. Sonia Wiseman in the saddle. Won his maiden on Melbourne Cup Day. He was in the 1,200 metre race last week, and as I say, that race never went ahead. Tommy's dropped him back to the 1,100 this week. He's jumping out of his skin by all accounts, and I think he'll be very hard to beat again this week, as I thought he was going to be last week. So number 3 on top from the Never Never. To beat number 4, Son of Utrecht from the Ella Clark stable. Jared Todd aboard, another one that broke maiden ranks last time out. That was the 23rd of October. Ella's given Son of Utrecht plenty of time to get over that and should race well here. And then for third, number 2, El Sicario. Pat Johnson trains, Vanessa Arnott back in the saddle, and El Sicario, good second last time out behind Prince Reuben. That was when resuming from a decent spell, sure to be improved by that effort, and the drop to 1,100 I don't think will worry El Sicario. So my numbers are 3, 4 and 2. And in the last, what's going to be a really good card of racing here on Saturday. This is the Sky Racing Handicap. It's over the mile, the 1,600 for the benchmark 76 gallopers. 7 to go round, and my numbers are 3, 2 and 1. Royal Rumble on top for me, trained by Tayan Holter, formerly of course trained in the West by Calvin Moore. Calvin still owns the horse. Jessie Philpott in the saddle. She won on the horse here on Melbourne Cup Day. That was 1,300 metres. Really hit the line strongly to win on that occasion. The step to the mile will suit this horse. This is a good little field, but I think will be very hard to beat number 3. To beat number 2, No Say In It. Jared Todd for Gary Clark. Good run last time to the captain in the Weight for Age on Melbourne Cup Day. That was 1,200, of course. He's more of a miler and even further, so he should be seen to advantage here. And then for third, number 1, Lotion. Angela Forster trains, Paul Shires in the saddle. Went to Alice Springs last time and won down there over 1,600 metres in a similar grade, in fact the same grade, benchmark 76. Ground down Exonerate at the end of that mile, and he's always to be considered in a race like this, the veteran, 10 years young. 3, 2 and 1 in the last. Best bet comes up in race 4, number 1, Robe to Fate. Really think this horse is promising. We haven't seen him on race day yet, but I think you'll see a pretty decent performance come Saturday. Race 4, number 1, Robe to Fate. Well, the best roughie in race 3, number 2, Shenanigans City. Race 3, number 2, Shenanigans City. Been a little disappointing his last couple, but I'm prepared to allow him another chance on Saturday. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, and we'll be back in a fortnight's time for the first of 3 consecutive meetings during the last month of the year, the month of December. And of course, that first meeting in December on the 4th of December. And until then, good luck and good punting.